What's up, guys? Hey, buddy. Who? What? In this video, we're wrapping up and doing a few projects around the house. Hello, Muffin. I'm finally gonna finish up my first project ever on the property here. Our handrail. See, I even got my saw out. It's happening, fellers. Finally. We're gonna throw us in a board up there and a board down there and a piece of 2x6 on the top, and we'll figure out a spindly situation or something to fill in the middle part. Anywho, check out me lawn. Just had a major storm blow through this morning, but I got everything mowed. Yeah, didn't even have too much storm damage branches to pick up. But that's the first little project here. Right? We power washed too. Ooh. It used to be a little green looking over here. White vinyl's whiter now. Anywho, ooh, more shiny power wash surfaces. Over here on our deck, I just cleaned it up too with the power washer, and right here under this big AC unit, I got an issue, fellers. See its condensate drain? You see where it goes? It just lands on our deck, and it's all clean and nice, and it just makes a big ugly spot, and it turns all green and nasty, and it's gonna rot out me boards. So I believe we're gonna come in here, and it looks like a 1/2-inch PVCs, and we're gonna make a drain situation that goes down through the deck. Maybe we'll give her a little swoop over to the wall instead of just being straight out here in the middle. That sure makes sweeping and things easier if it was up against the wall. But yeah, now we should do some. Alright, well that's looking better. Now we got a grabbable surface when we're going up and down. Next I just got to figure out something cute from all our different wood bits and stuff we got out there for little up and down spindly fellers. Look at my lily. Ooh. Everything's blooming again. Oh, that's fun. All our fruit trees over here took a pretty bad hit. The little orange here is still kicking pretty good. Our mango got frosted out real bad, but it's not quite dead. See these little appendages? Yeah, it didn't quit yet. And now it's nicer out, so maybe it'll keep coming back. Our lime over here looked like it was just completely obliterated in all these cold spikes. But if you'll see, down there it's got a new little green arm and some little leaves. Maybe you can, right down there. Some little leaves coming in. And the lemon over here is hardy to the cold. It didn't really care too much the whole time. And these strawberries too, they made it through all that cold. Hey! Could probably about eat that one. Ooh, little strawberry. Strawberries. And we got stuff planted again. See, there's onions in the corner. Got some pole beans across there. Missing a few pole beans. It looks like the squirrels like those. And some carrots in the middle, and I don't remember what this was. Got the collard greens all over this way. And our watermelons all got killed in the cold. However, they sprung back when it got a little warmer again. Over here we got a bunch of pumpkins coming on. We'll probably have to move those somewhere. They'll be pumpkins and watermelons just fighting. We'll have pumpkin melons. Sweet. No, right. That's where we're at with that. See, the porch kind of has a lattice theme going on, so I didn't have any spindles laying around, but I did have some leftover lattice bits from a job a ways back. So that looks pretty snazzy. It lines right up with the lattice bits on the porch under the tin. At some point I think we're going to come along down here, delete on the lattice at the bottom, and go in with these little picket pieces that I have. Got a whole bunch of like couple foot long fence pickets, and I think we're going to seal it off a little more solid under there. And on this end, replace on that lattice under here with the fence picket guys, and then paint on that all white and stuff with the white vinyl and the white little trimmy trim on the porch roof up there. That looks snazzy. That, and we live on the edge of a hill here, and whenever I'm doing the close up the porch for the winter and the stove type of situation, the hard breezes just get right under that lattice and up on all my, what do you call that thing, my rug on the porch, just blows it up. So that'd probably be a good way to take care of that, and I think it'd look nicer. Now, this whole situation here is ready for some of the brown paint to blend on in with the rest of the situation. But real quick, we're gonna dip on up here to the front and take care of our plumbing. So here's the mess I'm up to so far. Making my little drain situation up here. Using a bunch of leftover bits and pieces. I've got this guy where it'll sit underneath my little condensate drain up against the house. The only problem was I got a frame board for the deck under there, a joist that holds up that end of the deck, so we have to step. See, we'll be up against, we got to step out away. Oh, I'm dropping things. And we got to like come out a little bit and make another turn down. And I didn't have another elbow handy and all my leftover stuff, but then in my junk pile I found this guy. Used to be a water spout spigot of some sort. It was in the yard when we got here. So I can come into here. See, it's all exploded, probably froze at one point, and I can come in here and cut there and there, and there you go. There's our last elbow. Alright. Now my condensate doesn't make a big puddle on the porch. Just runs right through it. I've also got a pipe that goes through the other side of that fitting and sticks down past. Well, it's a little dark under there, but anyway, there's a piece of pipe that comes down a couple inches beyond the bottom of my deck, which is important because if it didn't, if I just had this 90-degree elbow like emptying into a hole in the deck, all that water would be hitting the wood, and then it would go to the underside of the wood, and then it would just kind of run out, and it would still be soaking the deck from the underneath. So having that piece of pipe stick down beyond the deck means that it has that drip edge. We got the stain out. Got the lattice piece all in. I still got a little more stain to touch up, like I missed a spot down there. And I gotta get down here and clean up the dirt off of all that and stain it better, but yeah. Hello, buddy. Hi, Buffin. But yeah, that looks so much better. So now, my first ever project at our new house that I ever started like a year and a half ago is finally all the way done. Got the handrail done, don't just have two posts standing up out in the middle of nowhere. And it's all color matched to the porch. Sweet. This is cut off fence pickets from a job a long time ago where a fence got shorter. And these are like all the leftover bits. So I took all those and cut them down and made them fit as skirting on the side of the porch. See my spot right there? That's for ventilation. And then it's like solid across. At some point we're going to come back here, and I'd like this to all be white because it looked cool with the siding that's underneath the house side there. But check out this other project I just got into. See, I got my little skirty skirt, and then I fallen in the hole in the yard, and then I stopped short over here. And the reason for that is I'm finally moving forward with this neat project that my dad gave us the idea for when we first moved in a year and a half ago. This place has like a really ugly step situation, you know, the cinder blocks and a mat off to the side, and the steps over to the side, because if you can't tell, so if you just walk to the edge of the porch, put a step out there, people's is probably going to hit their head up there before they get to down there. So my dad had this great idea, just cut into the porch and make an inset step. Yeah, right there. So what I did here is I cut in the width of 2 steps, even though we're only going to need 1 step right there where Buddy is. That way, when you go to walk up to the porch, you're that much further into the porch before you start going up, and then there's no chance of getting knocked out up there. Oh yeah, another thing, I also came back here with that same stain that was on the handrail we just did over there. Ooh, that's better. This was all just unfinished wood, and I just power washed it all off too, so it's just ready to soak up something. So we'd also thinking we'd like that to be white at some point, because it looked cool with the trim on the house to be white. However, we already had this dark brown color stain, and it needed to be covered with something, so stain. But anyway, moving forward down here on our cool inset step, I thought I'd just give y'all a update on it before I finished it up here, so you can see the process. I just came in, cut out a big hole in the deck. I just added that post in right there. We're going to do some more boards back this way, bracing up the deck frame, and then I'm going to come down with a box to build a step out. Let's dig you in here and give you a look at all my framework before I come in and cover up on it all. See, I got this one deck board sitting here so you can visualize. We're cut in 2 steps into the deck. That bottom step is dirt right now. It's probably going to be like a brick paver situation. Hey buddy. You know, like a footpath things, them concrete patio paver type situations. Yeah, something like that. That's probably going to be the bottom step. And then we'll have a bunch of these little guys, deck boards, cut in the same direction as the deck boards, because that looks nifty. Looks silly if we go the other way. And then you can see in here, I had to come in, I cut out this frame board that went straight across to that side. We're well supported over here on top of that beam under situation, but on this side, that made it where all this was dangling off of that post, so I added in another post here. Back here, there's one more post we dug in, and that has the top frame piece to the deck on it, and down here below it has that front board for our stairs to sit on attached across to it. Then we've got another board here. Oop, if the sun will work with us here. Then there's that other 2x6 ran in here that goes across this post, butts into that board that's across this post, and then this board out here is also in between these boards, which isn't ideal for attaching. That's why we have these metal bracketries out here. Because everywhere a board runs straight into another board, you don't want to just put in some screws on an angle and rely on that. You want to have some bracketry that really holds things together over time. So this short board there has got a joist hanger, and these guys have the 90-degree clips at both ends over here. And then I know for years and years and years the stuff holding up my people as they walk in and out isn't gonna slowly sag or the board crack and it break loose. Because if you didn't have these metal brackets and you just rely on some screw in at an angle joints, it's not a good deal, fellers. It'll bite you one day when you're walking up there with your big arm full of groceries and she goes yeah, you'll be wishing you put all that metal and stuff in there then. And also those brackets being in the front are no big deal, because if you'll see my picket fence siding I got going on here, when we finish our stairs we're just going to wrap the corner with it. See, I'm trying to accommodate for it. I left this deck board here about 5/8 of an inch long on top of my frame. That way when I come around with those fence pickets it'll just be nice and flush right to the edge of it. And the same thing out here. See, my deck board is a little bit long to this frame. That's so I can run those pickets across here and they'll sit nice and underneath it. Alright, look at me step in now. See, that's what we look like, all stepped off and covered up.